Hey, what's up everybody? This is Jumpin here. This is going to be Mass Effect 3 gameplay commentary. Today I'm going to be using the M-90 Indra, which I know a lot of people wanted to see a gameplay with. So this will be it. Pretty much this is a sniper rifle. It's kind of a confusing sniper rifle though, because what happened was that this was intended to be a PC only, I think, single player gun. And then due to some lag issues that the servers had. This is like probably like 3 to 4 weeks ago. I don't really know, but due to those issues, what happened was that it actually became available for people on Xbox to get through packs. So it's pretty cool. Like I wish they would do that with more single player guns. It's unfortunate that they don't, because it just would keep the game a little bit more fresh if that we can actually have more guns. And this is one of the ones though that we were able to get. Now, first thing I want to say about this gun is that it is a pretty cool gun. It's not bad. It's not a bad gun, but when you stack this against other snipers in the game, which if you guys watch my videos, you should probably know that I think the snipers are the most overpowered guns in the entire game. When you stack this against other snipers though, it really isn't like as good as some of the other ones. So that's something you got to keep in mind. I would not recommend this over like a Valiant or even a Black Widow, or maybe even a Widow. Maybe those guns are definitely, in my opinion, a lot better, just because they just do a lot more damage. This thing has very low damage on it, and if you can't tell, you pretty much want to treat it like an assault rifle. That's one thing about it. It is pretty much an assault rifle sniper. So that's kind of a cool aspect of it though, just because you should definitely play this gun just like the way I told you to play the Incisor. Very close range. I wouldn't really recommend sitting across the map trying to snipe people with this thing. You want to kind of rush them and be up in their face, and just almost don't even think of it as a sniper. More or less think of it as a assault rifle, and you'll have a lot of success if you do that. Now, there's a couple of things about it though, is that like I said, if you're gonna use any sniper, this would be one of the ones that I honestly would not recommend over other ones. Now, but that's against snipers. Now, if you wanted to think of it like a assault rifle, then yeah, it's if I was to judge this in assault rifle like standings, which I can't because it's not an assault rifle, it's a sniper rifle. But if I was to like judge it in that aspect, then I would have to say that this would be one of the better assault rifles in the game. Unfortunately, it's not, and it's a sniper. So if I've stacked this against the other snipers, then yeah, I don't know. I don't really think that it's that fantastic. Like it's definitely not one of my favorite snipers in the game. That's pretty much where I'll leave it. Couple things about the stats on this gun though. Let me go ahead and get on that. Alright, the first thing is that the power on this gun, the reason why I don't like it is because the power on this gun is it's not that strong, honestly. You will feel like at times it takes like 2 clips to kill certain enemies, sometimes 3 depending on the boss or whatever. And that's just really no good. Like that when it comes down to it, like there's a lot of there's a lot of different other snipers you can use that also can do a lot more damage and take down enemies very quickly, where this one really can't. So that's the biggest downside. Now, one thing I wanted to say too is I accidentally didn't turn my notifications off, so I want to apologize for that. But yeah, so the power on the gun isn't that great. It does have a lot of ammo. If you can't tell, I think it has at level 1. That's what I got it. It has 180 extra bullets with 25 in the clip, so that's pretty nice. And then the other thing about it that's really good is the weight. At level 1, I did not even, on this particular build, I know I didn't show the build, unfortunately. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh man, I wanted to see the build. But I have so many different Slayer and Infiltrator build videos that this is pretty much just my sniper build with proxy mine. I was too low level to actually have the proxy mine be like useful, so I don't even use it this whole game. I think I only have it at 3. But the main thing I did with this build for this gun, what I would recommend, is just go for all weapons damage, because you will need the extra weapon damage if you want to make this thing like at all okay. So that's something you got to keep in mind. You definitely want to go for weapon damage, like I said. This gun definitely works good on any infiltrator, but honestly, like outside of an infiltrator, this gun can have some issues, just because, like I said, the damage is so low even on an infiltrator, that on other classes like maybe like a Geth engineer, the damage on the gun is just really, really low. Now, it would work. It does work well on the Geth Engineer, though, I have to admit, only because of the overload makes up for, you know, the difference of power. But I mean, like, you know, like I said, it's just, to me, it's kind of like a whatever gun. It's kind of gimmicky in a way, just with the whole, like, it's an assault rifle sniper, yeah, you know, like, it's whatever. And one thing also is, I know that at this point, I'm pretty confident the N7 Eagle is going to be the next Fun with Guns. So thanks, guys, a lot for picking that gun. Freaking awful, but I definitely will do it. But because of that, you know, that's why I decided to go ahead and upload this Indra gameplay now, because I said, you know, I promised throughout the week I was going to definitely do this sometime. And then the other thing too is that I'm going to try to maybe get some type of Hurricane gameplay. But the main thing I'm going to be doing all this week is going to be showing you the new DLC characters and doing a lot of, you know, stuff with the DLC. So that's what you guys really need to look out for. Yeah, you know, tomorrow is when it comes out. It comes out on Tuesday, so I'm going to try to get a gameplay right away with a new character, maybe with a new gun. Don't really know yet, but we'll have to see. But yeah, but definitely be checking my videos every day, because every day I'm going to try to upload different new characters and just do that. So that's pretty much like my big plan for the week, is just to show you the new characters and stuff, and that should be really cool. Now, another thing I also wanted to bring up in this gameplay is that, yeah, like, alright, the first thing we're doing, this is Geth Gold, if you can't tell, and we're also, one thing we're doing, we're all using infiltrators, but we're all using rapid shooting snipers, not, you know, not the slow ones. For example, I'm using the Indra, my buddy Sidney's using the Indra, Drew's using the Raptor, and then my other buddy here, Enigma, he's using the Incisor. Now, one thing I'm going to be doing in this gameplay is that from time to time I'm going to be blocking that one spawn, as you've seen I was blocking like the landing pad spawn. What that's going to do is that's going to force our spawn to be like, you know, it's going to be a big spawn that's going to be up top, and it's going to be in that room or in that bottom area, and that's going to like pretty much guarantee you a kill streak if you can do it right. And also it's going to make it a lot easier and faster. So, you know, you'll see me do it in, I think, Wave 5 and Wave 8, you know, just because those waves can be a little bit longer, and if you want to just take out the enemies quickly, that's definitely a good strategy to do. It's just to, you know, and here's the thing about rockets, though, guys, is that, you know, I really think that people are way too stingy with their equipment in this game. When you're playing gold and you see like a big group of maybe some bosses and a lot of other enemies, just bust out your rocket and take it. Like, you know, it's going to definitely help your teammates out, because they're not going to have to deal with those enemies. It's going to make the waves a lot faster. And if you're, you know, if you're playing for credits, if you're playing for money, the faster you can beat it, the better, because then you just start up another game. So that's one thing I've been doing, and I've been, you know, pretty much saving up a lot of my money recently just because of the DLC. And, you know, so that's one thing, you know, I do also recommend doing that. Definitely save your money, guys, if you're planning on getting the DLC, just so you can buy as many packs as possible. And then the last thing I want to say about that, before people, I know when the characters come out, I always get these comments. What pack do you buy to get the Krogan Vanguard, or to get the X-Servers Vanguard, or whatever it's going to be? It's going to be whatever characters. People are going to ask that. The truth of the matter is this, is that the only pack you need to buy is going to be the Premium Spectre packs. Those are your best chance that you're going to have of getting getting the new stuff, of getting the new equipment, or everything new. Like the guns and everything. It's the premiums. So definitely save your money and just buy as many premiums as possible. Hope that you can get all the new characters, or at least a couple of them, and then, you know, as you play, you'll hopefully get the rest of them, you know. So that's pretty much the thing. Right there, I felt really dumb, just because, like, I went into that room trying to help Drew because he was in a bad spot. He didn't see that there was hunters behind him, and then he pretty much got out the room, and then I got stuck in the room, so I felt like an idiot. But luckily, nothing bad happened. You know, we were all good. My teammates covered me, and I got out of there. One thing too that they did over this weekend, besides the whole Banshee thing, which I did have a lot of fun with the whole. I really didn't get to play much this weekend, unfortunately. I was pretty busy. I had some stuff I had to do, but and I did get to play a little bit. Now this particular gameplay actually came from over the weekend, and we'll see some Banshees throughout this gameplay, and it's pretty awesome. Like you know, it really wasn't like the Banshee thing. I didn't really find it. I didn't find it to be like a lot harder or anything like that, because it really wasn't like hard. But it was kind of like, It was cool though, but just because it made it a little bit more interesting. I wish they would do something like that more consistently. But one thing they did do over the weekend, which I was really happy about, was they actually upgraded Geth Gold. Now, if you guys don't know, a couple weekends ago, maybe not weekends, but a couple weeks ago, maybe like 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, they were supposed to, actually I think it was 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks ago they were supposed to make it so Geth Gold was going to be harder. And I was really surprised they didn't, because they talked about in the update that they were going to make it harder. And then over the weekend they actually went ahead and the update went through, and they did change Geth Gold, which is definitely a needed thing, because Geth are really, the whole Firebase White thing, in a lot of ways, is kind of killing this game. I know a lot of people love to play Firebase White Geth on Gold. Right there, that's ridiculous. That stupid Prime turned on me so quick and just dropped me, but it wasn't really a big deal. But anyway, like I was saying, so that's one thing, right? Geth. The reason why it's killing the game, the whole Geth Firebase White thing, is messing this game up, is because so many people like it, but a lot of people hate it, and it's boring. That's the truth of the matter. It is very boring. So it's cool if you guys want to do it. Ain't no one's gonna judge you, but in a lot of ways, a lot of people are getting very frustrated with it because you can't get a game of Gold unless it's on Firebase White Geth. That's the crazy part about it. So I don't know. So that's just how I feel about it. Personally, I just personally feel that it's dumb. Right here, it's gonna be our first Banshee, which is freaking awesome. But one thing about these Banshees, like I said, it didn't really change much, only because what would happen is this. I thought they were just gonna randomly put Banshees there, but what they did was they would replace the Banshee. They would bring in the Banshee and replace a boss level enemy, meaning they would replace an Atlas or a Geth Prime with that Banshee. So you still had the same amount of enemies on the map. And Banshees, because they move so quickly and they they come at you, they're really not that big of a deal to take out when you're fighting in a faction like Geth, because right there, she came at us and we jumped her before anything could even happen. Before even the other enemies started to attack us. Now, if you're in a big mix of enemies and the Banshee would come at you, yeah, that could be a problem. But for the most part, we really didn't have issues like that. So, that's how I felt about the whole Banshee weekend. I think what they should do to make this game a little bit interesting, and there's something I do believe they could do, because obviously, a lot of people say, oh, they need a platinum difficulty, some type of difficulty that's harder. A lot of people say, well, they really need a new enemy. That's true as well. It'd be nice if they can come out with maybe the Collectors. I think that would be a badass enemy. Be freaking awesome. Right here, I'm going to get dropped. I'm just going to get myself up just because my teammates are so far away from me. Pretty much a pretty good idea whenever that happens. Alright, so like I was saying though, so a lot of people want either a new enemy or they want a harder difficulty. And I'm definitely one of those people who I wish that Gold, because Gold really is kind of easy in a lot of ways. Or at least it's starting to really feel easy just because, everyone's so used to it now. But I think what they should do is they should learn from this weekend about the whole adding the Banshee in there. And what they should do is they should make a fourth faction of nothing but all the factions combined, meaning that in any particular wave you can have hunters with phantoms, with a Banshee, with an Atlas, with a Centurion, a Marauder, Ravengers, just random things like that. They just randomly, let's say there's only the 15 enemies on the map, and those all be different mixtures of enemies. I think that would make it very interesting and very hard depending on what's coming at you. So alright, so this wave is going to be wave 8, so like I said, I'm going to block this spawn, run down here when my rocket's out, and pretty much just get, look at this, a massive kill streak. And that's just going to shorten this wave, and that's the main thing, is trying to get this wave done with as fast as possible, just because wave 8 can definitely take a long time in general. But yeah, so like I said, so that would be a really cool thing that they could do. I hope they would learn from something like that. And I know they can do it, where coming out with a platinum difficulty, I don't really know if they can do that easily. They probably would have to reprogram this game a little bit and then come out with a DLC that contained a new difficulty. Same with an enemy, obviously that would be some type of DLC. Not, but when it comes down to just putting all the enemies into one faction, that's something I think they could easily do. So I don't know. That's just how I feel about this game right now when it comes down to difficulty. Alright, but one of the things they did do, like I said, they made it so Geth Gold is harder. So one thing that you'll notice is that in Wave 6 there was a prime. There used to never be primes. I think what they did in that wave is they lowered the hunters, they put in a prime, they put in like I think another rocket trooper, something like that. And it definitely makes it like pretty interesting. Now the main thing though, the biggest thing is that Wave 10 against Geth contains now 3 primes at a time. And now that's what's crazy, is because you might think that, oh, that doesn't sound like a big deal. And for the most part, it's really not that big of a deal. But there has been times where we've had devices or we've been playing, and it just it becomes so hard because there's so many freaking, like, you know, there's a prime to the left, there's a prime to the right, there's a prime, you know, behind us or in front of us. And, you know, you're trying to get a device or something, and you rocket one group of prime, you know, you rocket one prime, and then you got the other one behind you. So it's, you know what I mean? It's just, it's chaotic and crazy. So, and it's a lot of fun. So, like, that's how I feel. I'm really glad that they did do that to Geth. And by the way, guys, Geth are really not that easy outside of Firebase White, to be honest. In a lot of ways, I feel that Geth are probably the most annoying enemy in the game to actually play against. Right here, it's going to be another Banshee, you know, unfortunately. But I really do think that Geth are definitely the most annoying enemies in this game to play on gold, outside of playing on Firebase White. On Firebase White, it's really easy, no matter what you do. Even if you don't do the bottom strategy like me, I don't play with random, so luckily I've never had to do the whole sit at the bottom and be bored for, you know, 30 minutes. But, you know, like, but here's the thing though, but if you do try to like run around and not camp against Geth, they can definitely overrun you and definitely just screw you. Now here's a good example of how weak this gun is. You'll see me put so many clips into this prime. Like, that's the thing I don't like about this gun. It takes a long time to kill, like, you know, any big enemy, and that's just how I kind of judge a sniper, is off of how fast can I kill big enemies and small enemies. And this gun takes a lot longer to kill both. So, you know, if you were to compare this to like a Valiant or even the Incisor in some ways, like the Incisor feels like it does more damage, and the Raptor feels like it does more damage. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, that's just how I feel about the gun. But overall, I do still like it. I would still recommend it if you guys, you know, to at least try out and have a little bit of fun with it. It's a fun gun to use, so that's the main thing. Alright, but anyway, like I was saying though, is that you know, Geth can definitely swarm you. Like, they can, like, there's been times where I've been playing and, you know, like, we can just all die. We all drop dead, and then, like, you know, everyone gets up, but there's, like, you know, a group of hunters to the right of you, some pyros behind you, a prime in front of you, some rocket guys to the, you know, they're all around you, and as you get up and you try to run away, there's nowhere to go, and you instantly get dropped again. So that's one thing about Geth, is Geth can actually be very hard. But, you know, I don't know, like right here in this gameplay, they're not going to look too hard because we are, you know, running around the map, we're not camping, but we're also all using sniper rifles on infiltrators, and we have like a coordinate infiltrator, we have 3 Solarian infiltrators, so yeah, it just makes it super easy against Geth. You know, we have the ultimate advantage against them. But, you know, that's why this gameplay looks easy. But in general, if you're trying to run around with certain, you know, some adapts or whatever, and or Geth, and like if you play as Geth, you know, you might have some problems. Alright, so this is Wave 10. We just got targets, so that is what's up. You know, targets is always super easy. And, you know, it's very, very necessary. You know, and I don't know, like, the worst thing you can ever get is devices, definitely against Geth, because, like, they can just swarm you so hard. And like I said, like, that's what they do. They swarm you, and then you die. So, like, that's pretty much the way to think of it. But I don't know, guys. Like I was saying, though, I will be uploading a lot of gameplays of the new characters. So, you know, I'm really hoping that you guys will. If you haven't already subscribed, you should definitely subscribe if you're interested in the new characters and stuff. You know, I will definitely be, you know, just dedicating a lot of my time to trying to get the new characters and stuff. Right there, I was being retarded and trying to pull out my rockets. And then I ran right into the middle of all these enemies, and I just got up and said, F it. But that's what I mean, like, right there, like, I was surrounded. Like, there was no way my teammates could help me. I had to get myself up, and I barely made it out of there because that's just what Geth do. And the reason, and like I said, you know, the reason why we didn't have any real problems, to be honest, this particular way was because we had targets. If you get Geth, like, if you get, like, devices, like, on Wave 10, you're going to have a lot of problems because, like I said, there's 3 primes now on the map. So if they spread them out, you know, there's a good chance that you're going to be getting messed up by, you know, all the primes and stuff. Like, they'll just be shooting you from all over the place, and it can really suck. Alright. Now, one thing about this map, guys, is that you definitely, if you're going to play this map, you know, on the extraction wave, you definitely want to sit in this middle room. Just defend this little position. It's the easiest one to defend. You definitely need to block the spawns if possible. But right here, I don't recommend doing this, but I'm going to run out here just to get this kill streak, because we did need the 3rd kill streak. So, but unfortunately, you know, because I did that, now they have spawned right by us in this room. So we're going to need to rocket this room again, just to clear it out, because once it's cleared out, then they're going to have to come all the way from the from the downstairs area to attack us. And if they come, you know, if they have to come that way, then it's going to be really easy to, you know, just defend this position and hold the line. But yeah, you know, we're just going to, like, pretty much, like I said, defend this position, and at this point, I believe we're just going to sit here and just keep shooting at all these enemies that are going to constantly keep spawning in that room right in front of us and coming up the stairs. But yeah, that's just, you know, that's just the best on any faction. This is what you should do, just to try to, you know, because this is definitely the easiest position to pretty much hold down and really not have much problems with. All right, but let me go ahead and give you my final thoughts on this gun. Now, if I was going to rate the Indra if I was going to get my gun rating for the Indra would be, why would I use this over the Valiant? Like, that's pretty much the best way to put it. Like, this is how I feel about snipers now, is that in general, I don't like it. Like, I have the Valiant, I've played with the Valiant, and the Valiant is so good and overpowered that why would I want to play with anything else anymore? Like, it's just what it is. So, I don't know. But overall, though, what I would say is this, is that you should definitely, if you get this gun, try it out. It is a lot of fun. It is a good gun because it's a sniper, but it's also not that good of a sniper because it's a sniper, and all the other snipers are awesome. But yeah, so that's going to be pretty much it, though, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was a pretty awesome gameplay that we got. We beat it really quickly, too, in 22 minutes. Yeah, but besides that, guys, please comment, please like, please subscribe, and definitely subscribe if you want to, you know, see the videos coming out this week of all the new DLC stuff. It's definitely going to be cool. Yeah, so, you know, that's going to be pretty much it. You know, so peace out.